Next up, a team that played in Arlington a year ago. BYU made it to the conference championship game, just on the outside looking in of the college football playoff. A lot of people feel like they should have been part of that CFP field. This is a team that brings back a ton of talent, and their schedule sets them up with opportunity. Let's see what the Cougars are dealing with Kalani Sitake in year number 11. Again, 8-1 in the conference a year ago. Another big game relative to the national conversation. Week 7 against Notre Dame at home. That game could do an awful lot to tilt the balance in terms of their opportunity to be in the CFP.
I think BYU, going all the way forward to the preseason rankings, if I had to make a decision today, I would have BYU ranked at the top of the Big 12, just with the amount of production they have coming back, led by their quarterback, Bear Bachmeier. I think the schedule sets up really well in the first half of the schedule. Only 2 true road games in the first part, Colorado State being one of them, who they'll be a heavy favorite over, and then at TCU. And then you mentioned getting Notre Dame to come in the middle of the season. It's more challenging, obviously, when you're playing them right out of the gate in week 0 or week 1. But in the middle of the season, after you've got your legs underneath you, and having Notre Dame come to Provo, always a difficult place to play. I think the schedule sets up nicely for BYU. I think, like you mentioned, they've got a lot of returning production, starting with Bear Bachmeier. This is one of, I think, will be the favorites and is my favorite team right now, all the way back in January. But saying this now, I think BYU's got as good a shot as anybody to get back to the Big 12 championship and ultimately win the Big 12.
They lost their defensive coordinator, Jay Hill, but just about everybody else is back. Kelly Poppinga, who will now be their defensive coordinator, went on BYU TV recently and talked about the player-led effort. They're bringing everybody back. Offensive Player of the Year, LJ Martin is back. A ton of guys on the defensive side of the ball. They are fired up about who they have back, and there's good reason for people to believe that they could very well be at the top of the conference in 2026.